Listen closely. What I am about to share with you is not for the skeptical, nor is it for those who are content with living in lack. This is a specific word, a divine frequency sent to locate those who are ready for a shift. You have felt it in your spirit. You have looked at your life, at your bank account, at your struggles, and felt a deep, unsettling knowing that you were not created for this. You were not created to count pennies, to worry about bills, or to shrink back in fear every time an unexpected expense arises. That tension you feel is not just frustration. It is your destiny calling out to you, demanding that you rise. We are entering a season that the ancients and the prophets spoke of. It is the season of the great wealth transfer. You must understand this fundamental truth. Money does not vanish. Wealth does not disappear from the earth. It moves. It changes hands. Just as water flows from the high mountains to the valleys, resources flow from places of stagnation to places of stewardship. The question is not, is there enough money? The question is, where are you standing in the flow? For too long you have stood on the banks, watching the river of abundance flow to others, wondering why it bypasses your house. Today, that ends. Today, we step into the water. Everything you see in the physical world begins in the unseen. Your financial reality is merely a reflection of your internal alignment. If you are holding on to poverty, it is because somewhere deep within the hard drive of your soul, you have accepted lack as your identity. But I am here to tell you that lack is a lie. Poverty is a spiritual, unauthorized condition. It is a thief that has stolen your peace, your joy, and your capacity to bless others. We are here to serve an eviction notice to that thief. If you are ready to sign that eviction notice, show it right now. Do not just watch, participate. Press the like button to signal your agreement. Subscribe to lock into this frequency. And if you truly believe that your season has arrived, type just one word in the comments below: receive. Let that single word be your first act of faith today. You must realize that the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. This is not a metaphor. It is a spiritual law of gravity. When the world shakes, when economies tremble, that is when the greatest transfers occur. But they do not transfer to the fearful. They transfer to the prepared. You are listening to this because you are being prepared. You are being positioned to receive resources, not just for your own comfort, but for a purpose far greater than yourself. Close your eyes for a moment. Disconnect from the noise of the world. Forget the debts. Forget the failures of yesterday. They are gone. You are standing at 0 point. This is the moment of reset. Imagine a massive reservoir of water held back by a dam. That water represents the abundance, the opportunities, the connections, and the finances that have been held back from you. The dam represents the blockages, the fear, the unworthiness, the generational curses of poverty that have run through your bloodline. Today, we are drilling a hole in that dam. The pressure is building. The breakthrough is inevitable. Why has it been so hard? Why does it feel like for every step forward, you take 2 steps back? It is because you have been fighting a spiritual battle with physical weapons. You have tried to work harder, but hard work alone does not guarantee wealth. If hard work were the only key, the construction workers and the farmers would be the billionaires of this world. Hard work is noble, but hard work without spiritual alignment is just toil. It is the curse of Adam sweating for bread, but never having enough. We are moving you out of the dimension of toil and into the dimension of grace. In the dimension of grace, you do not chase money, you attract it. In the dimension of grace, opportunities look for you. In the dimension of grace, the favor of God surrounds you like a shield, causing doors to open that you did not even knock on. But to operate in this dimension, you must first break the agreement you have made with poverty. Yes, it is an agreement. Somewhere along the line, perhaps in your childhood, you heard that money is evil. You heard that rich people are greedy. You heard that it is noble to be poor. These are viruses in your mind. Listen to me. Money is not evil. Money is neutral. Money is an amplifier. If you are a good person, money will make you a greater force for good. It will build orphanages. It will feed the hungry. It will fund dreams. If you are poor, you can only offer sympathy. If you are prosperous, you can offer a solution. Do not let false humility keep you broke. It is not humility to be unable to provide for your family. It is not humility to live in debt. That is bondage, and you are called to freedom. Release the guilt. Right now, exhale the guilt of wanting more. It is not wrong to desire abundance. The Creator of the universe paved the streets of heaven with gold that tells you His opinion on prosperity. He is the owner of the cattle on 1,000 hills. You are His child. Do not live like a beggar when your Father owns the kingdom. The transfer begins when you change your identity from a survivor to a steward. A survivor clutches everything tight, afraid to lose it. A steward holds everything with an open hand, knowing that more is always coming. Let us go deeper into the blockage. The enemy of the wealth transfer is fear. Fear signals the universe that you do not trust the supply. When you look at a bill and your stomach turns, that is a prayer of fear. When you hesitate to give because you are afraid you won't have enough left, that is a declaration of lack. You are telling the spiritual realm, my supply is limited. And the spiritual realm answers, so be it. Today, we flip the script. We are going to replace fear with expectation. Imagine your life as a vessel. If your vessel is cracked with doubt, no matter how much is poured in, it will leak out. That is why you have seen money come and go so fast. You get a bonus, and suddenly the car breaks down. You get a tax return, and suddenly a medical emergency happens. That is the devourer at work. It is the spirit of the leaking bucket. We seal those cracks now with faith. We declare that what comes to you stays with you and multiplies. We rebuke the devourer for your sake. We command the cycle of almost enough to be broken. You are moving into more than enough. This transfer is not magic. It requires a container. You cannot download a terabyte of data onto a floppy disk. You cannot pour a gallon of wine into a shot glass. You must enlarge your capacity. This means enlarging your vision. What would you do if $10 million were transferred to you today? If your answer is only pay bills and buy a house, you are not ready. That is survival thinking. The wealth transfer looks for visionaries. It looks for those who say, I will build empires, I will fund movements, I will change my community. When your vision exceeds your needs, resources rush in to fill the gap. Think of Joseph in the ancient texts. He was in a prison cell, but he had the mind of a prime minister. He did not wait until he was on the throne to act like a king. He managed the prison. He prepared himself, and when the moment of transfer came, when Pharaoh called him, he was ready. The wealth of Egypt was transferred to him not because he was lucky, but because he was the only one with the capacity to manage it. Are you managing what you have now? Are you faithful with the little? Start blessing the dollar you have, and you will attract the million you desire. The atmosphere around you is shifting as you listen to this. The chains of "I can't afford it" are loosening. Stop saying that phrase. Words are creative power. When you say "I can't," you are cursing your future. Instead, ask, "How can I?" Open your mind to solutions. The wealth transfer often comes in the form of an idea. One idea, one divine inspiration, is worth more than a lifetime of labor. You are one idea away from your breakthrough. But that idea cannot land on a chaotic, fearful mind. It needs a landing strip of peace and faith. Calm your spirit. Peace is the currency of heaven. When you are peaceful, you are powerful. When you are frantic, you are disconnected. Breathe in the abundance that is all around you. The air you breathe is free and abundant. The sun that shines is free and abundant. Nature knows no lack. Only humans created the concept of poverty. Return to your natural state. We are now going to address the generational patterns. Look at your parents, your grandparents. Did they struggle? Did they fight over money? Did they die with regrets? You love them, but you do not have to repeat their story. The buck stops with you. Literally, you are the cycle breaker. You are the one who changes the trajectory of your family name. Declare this in your heart. It ends with me. The poverty stops here. The struggle stops here. My children and my children's children will walk in the overflow because I paid the price of changing my mind. This is a heavy responsibility, but it is also a glorious privilege. You've been chosen for this battle because you have the strength to win it. But before the flow can truly begin, we must perform a deep spiritual surgery. We must address the wounds of the past. I am speaking to the financial trauma that many of you carry silently. This is the pain of past bankruptcies, the shame of a foreclosed home, the regret of a bad investment that wiped out your savings, or the bitterness of money that was stolen from you by someone you trusted. These are not just memories, they are anchors. As long as you harbor resentment towards the past, you are tethered to it. You cannot sail toward the island of abundance while your anchor is stuck in the mud of yesterday's failures. Hear me closely. You must forgive. You must forgive yourself for the mistakes you made when you didn't know better. You were doing the best you could with the light you had. Punishing yourself does not bring the money back. It only repels new money from coming. Say this in your spirit. I release the guilt of the past. That bad business decision, it was tuition. It was the price of wisdom. You did not lose, you learned. That person who cheated you, release them. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. When you hold on to anger, you are drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Let it go. The energy you spend hating them is energy you are stealing from your own creation. There is a law called the law of restoration. It states that whatever the thief has stolen must be returned sevenfold. But this law only activates when you let go of the role of the victim and step into the role of the victor. As long as you cry, "Look what they did to me," you are a victim. When you say, "God will restore it bigger and better," you are a victor. The wealth transfer is not just about new money. It is about the restoration of lost years. God is going to make the rest of your life the best of your life, to compensate for the pain of the past. Also, forgive your parents. Many of you have a subconscious block against wealth because you saw your parents struggle, and you internalized their pain. Or perhaps they used money to control you. Cut that emotional cord. Honor them, love them, but do not become them. Your financial DNA is being rewritten right now. You are free from the drama, free from the trauma, and free from the karma of your family's financial history. You are a new creation. The transfer is also about movement. Money is called currency because it must flow like a current. If you hoard, you block the flow. Even in your time of waiting, find ways to be generous. It defies logic, but spiritual laws are often the opposite of logical. If you want to harvest, you must plant. If you want to receive, you must give. It doesn't have to be money if you truly have none. Give kindness, give time, give prayer, but keep the energy moving. A clenched fist cannot receive anything new. An open hand is ready to receive. As we move deeper into this realization, understand that the wealth transfer is already happening in the spirit. The check has been written, the deposit has been authorized, the angels have been dispatched. The delay has only been on the receiving end. It has been your doubt acting as a firewall, blocking the transaction. We are taking down that firewall. You are entering a time of supernatural acceleration. Things that used to take 10 years will take 10 months. Debts that seemed like mountains will melt like wax. This is the promise of the transfer. It is a restoration of years lost. The years the locusts have eaten will be restored. Do not calculate how it will happen. Calculation is the enemy of miracles. Calculation looks at your salary and says, it will take 20 years to retire. Faith looks at God and says, He can do it in a day. Leave the how to the higher power. Your job is the what and the belief. Let your imagination roam free for a moment. See yourself walking into a bank, not with trembling hands, but with confidence. See the numbers on the screen. See the zeros. Feel the texture of the freedom it brings. It's not about the paper, it's about the freedom. Freedom to go where you want. Freedom to help who you want. Freedom to wake up and not have anxiety as your alarm clock. This reality is existing right now in the quantum field. You just have to tune your radio dial to match it. You have been tuned to the station of Lack FM for too long, listening to sad songs of struggle. Change the station. Tune into Abundance FM. The music is different here. The frequency is higher. Do not let anyone tell you that your destiny is to be small. That is a lie from the pit. You have seeds of greatness in you. That business idea, it's not an accident. That desire to own land, it's not an accident. That urge to write a book, to invest, to create, those are the whispers of the wealth transfer trying to find a way into the physical world through you. Say yes to them. Say yes to the bigness of your potential. The resistance you feel, the doubt, the sudden fatigue, the people criticizing you is actually a good sign. It means you are close to the breakthrough. The thief doesn't rob an empty house. The enemy attacks you because you are carrying something valuable. If you were empty, you would be ignored. But you are under pressure because you are a diamond in the making. Press through. Do not stop now. The dawn is just about to break. We are dismantling the spirit of debt. Debt is a servant's shackle. It forces you to work for yesterday's decisions instead of tomorrow's dreams. We command the mountain of debt to move. We call forth supernatural cancellation, supernatural settlements, and unexpected income to wipe the slate clean. Imagine the weight lifting off your shoulders. Imagine checking your mail and seeing paid in full. Hold that feeling. That feeling is the magnet. You are not a victim of the economy. You create your own economy. Isaac sowed seeds in the land of famine and reaped 100-fold. Why? Because he wasn't observing the famine. He was observing the promise. Stop watching the news and starting reading the promise. The news sells fear. The promise gives life. The wealth transfer bypasses economic recessions. In fact, it thrives in them. When the world is panicking, the prepared are prospering. Now, prepare your spirit for the shift. We have plowed the ground. We have pulled up the weeds of doubt. We have removed the stones of fear. The soil of your heart is ready. We are about to plant the seeds of prophetic declaration. We are about to activate the machinery of heaven on your behalf. You are no longer the person you were 10 minutes ago. Something has shifted. The shell has cracked. The light is pouring in. You are worthy. Say it to yourself. I am worthy. You are worthy of a beautiful life. You are worthy of having your needs met with leftovers. You are worthy of abundance, not because of what you did, but because of who you are. You are royalty. Act like it. Walk like it. Talk like it. As we transition into the deeper waters of activation, remember this: the universe, God, the divine, whatever you call the source, is not holding back on you. It is waiting for you. It is waiting for your permission to bless you. You give permission by your faith. You give permission by your expectation. Today, we give full, unrestricted permission for abundance to flood our lives. The gates are opening. The ancient doors are being lifted. The King of Glory is coming in, and he brings his reward with him. Stay in this zone. Do not let your mind wander back to the laundry or the emails. This is holy ground. We are rewriting the code of your financial destiny. The old program is deleted. The new program is installing. We must pause here to understand the mechanics of what is happening. You might be asking, how can words change my bank account? How can a prayer pay a bill? You must understand that everything physical is merely sound slowed down until it becomes visible. The chair you sit on, the house you live in, the money you desire at its core, it is all energy. It is all atomic vibration. When you live in fear, you emit a low-frequency sound that repels substance. Poverty is a frequency. It is a chaotic vibration that scatters resources. But when you shift into faith, when you align with the decree of the wealth transfer, you change your frequency. You begin to emit a sound of order, a sound of attraction. This is not just spiritual, it is the physics of the kingdom. You are becoming a magnet. Just as a magnet does not struggle to attract iron, you will not struggle to attract resources once your frequency is calibrated. The struggle you have felt was simply the friction of misalignment. Now that we are aligning, the friction disappears and the flow begins. Think of the wireless signals that fill the room you are in right now. You cannot see the Wi-Fi signal, you cannot see the cellular waves, but they are carrying data, images, and money from one place to another instantly. If you do not have a device to catch the signal, you see nothing. Your faith is the device. Your expectation is the antenna. The wealth is already in the atmosphere. The solutions are already floating around you in the unseen realm. We are now turning on your receiver. We are downloading the physical manifestation of what has already been authorized in the spiritual cloud. Do not look at the empty checking account and say, it is not there. That is like looking at a blank screen and saying, there is no internet. The signal is there, you just need to connect. Connect now. Connect with your gratitude. Connect with your peace. Connect with the knowing that it is done. Consider the widow in the ancient texts who had nothing but a jar of oil. She was in debt. Her sons were about to be taken as slaves. Perhaps you feel that kind of desperation today. The prophet did not give her money. He gave her an instruction. He told her to borrow vessels, empty vessels, from her neighbors. He told her to pour. The oil, the miracle, did not stop flowing until every vessel was full. The oil only stopped when there were no more containers to fill. What is the lesson for your transfer? The supply is unlimited. The limitation is only in the containers you present. Your vessels are your streams of income, your ideas, your capacity to believe, and your willingness to receive. If you present a small vessel of, I just want to survive, the flow will stop when you have just enough to survive. But if you present the vessel of, I want to impact nations, the flow will not stop until nations are impacted. Go borrow more vessels. Expand your vision. Do not insult the flow of the ocean by bringing a teaspoon. Bring your bucket. Bring your truck. Bring your warehouse. The size of your ask determines the size of the outpouring. You are also breaking the spirit of delay. There are some of you listening who have been on the brink of a breakthrough for 10 years. You see the promised land, but you cannot enter. You take one step forward, and something pulls you back. That is a cycle of delay. It is a spiritual holding pattern. Today, we command that pattern to shatter. We declare divine acceleration. Acceleration means that God will compress time for you. He will make things happen in a month that should have taken a year. He will give you wisdom in a moment that others spend a lifetime to acquire. The delay is not a denial. The delay was the training ground. You had to learn patience so you wouldn't be arrogant when the money came. You had to learn trust so you wouldn't worship the gold instead of the giver. The test is over. You have passed. The delay is lifting like a fog in the morning sun. Can you see the road ahead? It is clear. It is paved with opportunity. It is lined with favor. Walk on it. Now that the soil of your mind has been tilled and the seeds of expectation have been planted, we must move into the chamber of preparation. It is not enough to simply desire wealth. You must be prepared to hold it. The universe is efficient. It does not pour expensive wine into a leaking wineskin. It does not give a kingdom to someone who cannot manage a village. The great wealth transfer is not a lottery. It is a responsibility. You are asking for the heavy rain of abundance. But have you dug the ditches to catch the water? This is where the separation happens. Many cry out for financial freedom, but few prepare their character for it. If you cannot manage $100 with wisdom, $1 million will only destroy you faster. Hear this clearly. Money amplifies who you are. If you are undisciplined with a little, you will be dangerous with a lot. The transfer requires you to adopt the spirit of stewardship. A steward knows that they do not own the resources. They manage them for a higher purpose. When you view money not as your possession, but as a tool entrusted to you by the divine, the pressure lifts. You become a manager of heaven's resources, and heaven always funds its managers. Look at your life right now. Are your current finances in order? Are you faithful with the bills you have now? Do you treat your current job, your current business, no matter how small, with excellence? This is the test. The Joseph anointing is the ability to thrive in a prison cell so that you are ready for the palace. Joseph managed the prison with such excellence that the keeper gave him everything. He didn't wait for the throne to be excellent. He was excellent in the dark. Your promotion is hidden in your current stewardship. Clean up your accounts. Organize your environment. Prepare your legal structures. Prepare your mind. Signal to the universe that you are professional, that you are ready for business at a high level. There is a mystery called the Cyrus anointing, spoken of in ancient texts. It promises the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places. This means that the wealth coming to you is not always obvious. It is hidden in problems waiting to be solved. It is hidden in connections you haven't made yet. It is hidden in industries that seem dormant. When you align with the frequency of the transfer, your eyes are opened to see gold where others see dust. You will walk past a vacant lot and see a thriving community. You will hear a complaint and conceive a billion-dollar solution. This is the transfer of wisdom. Wisdom is the principal thing. With wisdom, you can rebuild a fortune from zero. Without wisdom, a fortune will return to zero. We are now crossing the bridge from preparation to activation. The atmosphere is heavy with potential. Can you feel it? The air around you is charged. We are about to speak to the elements. We are about to command the spiritual laws to align in your favor. This is not a request. This is a decree. A decree is an established order that cannot be revoked. Kings do not beg. they decree. You are a sovereign over your own reality. Stand up in your spirit, straighten your spine. It is time to command your morning and command your harvest. I decree over your life that the season of drought is over. I command the north, the south, the east, and the west to give up what belongs to you. I speak to the financial blockages that have frustrated your family for generations, and I command them to crumble. Like the walls of Jericho, they have stood long enough. Today, at the sound of this word, they are falling flat. You will walk over the rubble of your past struggles into a land that flows with milk and honey. I call forth unexpected checks in the mail. I call forth dividends from investments you had forgotten. I call forth rebates, settlements, and inheritance. I speak to the hearts of people who are in positions of power. I command them to favor you. They will not be able to sleep until they bless you. They will be compelled to sign the contract, to approve the loan, to grant the promotion. This is not manipulation. This is the favor of God that surrounds the righteous like a shield. Favor is unfair, and that is to your advantage. You will receive what you did not qualify for on paper, because spiritual qualification supersedes earthly qualification. I break the spirit of almost there. That spirit that brings you to the edge of success and then pulls you back. We sever that cord right now. No more near misses. No more almost contracts. This time, you cross over. This time, the deal closes. This time, the money stays. I rebuke the spirit of sudden loss, the car breaking down, the appliances failing, the health emergencies that drain your savings. We plead the blood of protection over your finances. Your resources are fenced in. The devourer is rebuked for your sake. Listen to the sound of the abundance of rain. It is the sound of debts being canceled. I declare supernatural debt cancellation. Whatever the mountain of debt looks like, speak to it now. Say, "Mountain, be thou removed and cast into the sea." Debt, you have no legal right to torment a child of the King. Dissolve. We call in resources to wipe the slate clean. You will owe no man anything but love. Imagine the freedom of walking into your house knowing it is fully paid for. Imagine driving your car knowing the title is in your name. That reality is rushing towards you. I speak to your business. I command it to bloom. I command customers and clients to find you from the four corners of the earth. You will not have to chase them. They will chase you. Your phone will ring with opportunities. Your email will fill with orders. I release the spirit of innovation upon your mind. You will create products and services that the world is desperate for. You will lead your industry. You will be the head and not the tail, above only and not beneath. And for those who are employees, I decree a shift. You will not be overlooked anymore. Your value will be undeniable. I decree raises, bonuses, and promotions that defy corporate logic. Or, I decree the courage to leave and build your own empire. The fear of leaving the safe path is broken. The safety is not in the job. The safety is in your purpose. Step out and the net will appear. We have opened the gates, but now we must discuss the key that keeps them open. This is the ancient secret that the Babylonians, the Solomons, and the wealthiest people in history knew. It is the mystery of the seed. The wealth transfer is not a passive event where you sit and wait for money to fall from the sky. It is a partnership, and in this partnership, your seed is your weapon. Everything in nature begins with a seed. An oak tree is just a seed that refused to give up. A harvest is just a seed that was planted in good soil. If you have a financial need today, you do not have a money problem. You have a sowing problem. You cannot harvest a crop you did not plant. Many of you are standing in the field of life shouting, "Give me a harvest," but your hands are full of unplanted seeds. What is a seed? A seed is anything you have that you are willing to let go of to create a future. It can be money, yes, but it can also be time, service, kindness, or mentorship. When you are in your darkest financial hour, that is the most powerful time to sow. It defies logic to give when you barely have enough, but that is exactly what breaks the spirit of lack. It signals to the universe that you are not a slave to fear. Look at the farmer. When he has only a few bags of grain left and winter is coming, he does not eat all of it. He takes a portion, the best portion, and he throws it into the dirt. To the uneducated eye, it looks like he is throwing his survival away. But the farmer knows the secret. He is not throwing it away. He is sowing it into a future multiplication. He trusts the soil more than he trusts his stomach. You must learn to trust the soil of the kingdom. Today, I challenge you to make a move. Find a way to sow. Bless someone who cannot pay you back. Support a cause that breaks your heart. Tip a waiter the amount of the bill. Do something that scares your fear. When you release what is in your hand, God releases what is in His hand. And what is in His hand is always greater. Your seed is a photograph of your future. If you sow stinginess, you will reap a harvest of stinginess. If you sow generosity, you will reap a harvest of abundance. It is impossible to mock this law. Gravity works whether you believe in it or not. The law of sowing and reaping works whether you believe in it or not. So use it. Use it to trigger your transfer. Imagine your seed as a heat-seeking missile. You launch it with your faith, and it goes into the future to destroy poverty before it can reach you. It clears the path. It arranges the meeting. It softens the heart of the judge. It alerts the investor. Your money is not just currency, it is a soldier. Send it on a mission. Do not just spend, invest. Do not just pay bills, sow seeds. When you pay a bill, you are settling the past. When you sow a seed, you are creating the future. This transfer is reserved for the sowers. The hoarders will only see the transfer pass them by. But the sowers, those who understand that money is like blood, it must circulate to keep the body alive. They will become the treasurers of the earth. You are called to be a treasurer. Start acting like one today. Now, we move into the dimension of the overflow. The transfer is not just for you to have a full cup. It is for your cup to run over. A reservoir holds water, but a river brings life to everything it touches. You are becoming a river. The purpose of this wealth is kingdom expansion. It is to wipe away tears from the faces of the poor. It is to build schools, hospitals, churches, and shelters. When you accept the mission of being a distribution center, the supply never ends. God will not give you what you will hoard, but He will give you what you will flow. Visualize yourself as a conduit. Money comes to you, and money goes through you. You are a pipe, not a bucket. The pipe never worries about running dry, because it is connected to the source. As long as you stay open, the flow continues. Feel the joy of signing a check that changes someone's life. Feel the power of being the answer to someone else's prayer. You are blessed to be a blessing. This is the secret code to unlimited abundance. When you make someone else's dream come true, the universe ensures yours is taken care of. We are sealing this session with affirmations. These are not just words. They are reprogramming codes for your subconscious mind. Your subconscious controls 95% of your life. It has been programmed with lack for too long. We are overwriting that file now. Let these words sink deep. Let them loop in your mind, while you sleep, while you drive, while you work. Repeat them internally. Become them. I am a magnet for money. Prosperity is drawn to me naturally. I do not chase wealth. Wealth chases me. My mind is attuned to the frequency of abundance. I see opportunities everywhere I look. I am worthy of being wealthy. I am worthy of being free. God delights in my prosperity. I am a cheerful giver, and I am an abundant receiver. Money flows to me in avalanches of abundance. I have a millionaire mind and a generous heart. Every dollar I spend comes back to me multiplied. I love money as a tool for good, and money loves me. My bank account is growing daily. My net worth is expanding daily. I am financially free. I am debt-free. I leave an inheritance for my children's children. The poverty of my past is gone forever. I am stepping into my golden era. My income exceeds my expenses. I always have more than enough. I am a wise steward of millions. Wealth is my birthright. Abundance is my natural state. Breathe these words in. Let them settle in your bones. Do you feel the resistance fading? That is the ego dying. The ego wants you to stay small and safe. The spirit wants you to expand and soar. You are winning this internal war. The victory is already yours. As you walk through your day tomorrow, look for the signs. The wealth transfer often starts as a whisper, a conversation, a discount, a refund, a gift. Acknowledge every single penny. When you find a coin on the street, pick it up and say thank you. I receive the flow. When you get a discount, say thank you. This is the favor of transfer. Gratitude is the multiplier. The more you thank, the more you rank in the spiritual hierarchy of trust. Do not be moved by temporary circumstances. If the bank account looks low tomorrow, do not panic. That is the old reality fading out. It is the echo of the past. Keep your eyes on the new reality we have created today. Reality is flexible. It bends to the will of the one who refuses to doubt. You are that one. You are the architect. You are the commander. The angels of provision have been released. They are working while you sleep. They are rearranging circumstances in your favor. They are bringing the right people across your path. Trust the timing. The transfer happens in the Kairos time, the perfect, appointed moment. It will not be late. This is your new normal. You are walking out of the wilderness. You are shaking off the dust of lack. You are putting on the royal robe of abundance. Wear it well. Walk with your head high. You are a child of the Most High, and your Father owns it all. Welcome to the family business. Welcome to the overflow. Now, before you go, you must stamp this decree with your action. Do not leave this atmosphere without establishing a connection. Press the like button to signal to the universe that you agree. Subscribe to the channel to keep this portal of abundance open in your life. And to finalize this transaction, type just one word in the comments: done. By typing that word, you are signing your name on this prophecy. The seal is set, the word is sent. It will not return void. It will accomplish what it was sent to do. It will prosper in the thing for which it was sent. It is done. It is finished. It is yours. Receive it. Breathe it. Live it.